Valentine's Day in and of itself is a ridiculous holiday. It was made up to just get you to spend more money to prove a love that you don't have and you're not getting. Because the main thing a high value man wants is peace. And a man with an addiction doesn't have much peace.
I'm spending a lot of money and nobody happy.
Now that Valentine's Day is just a few days away, here's your reminder. Here's your reminder that Valentine's Day teddy bears, chocolates, everything is everywhere you go. So if that man don't get you nothing, not a piece of a chocolate, not a piece of a rose, nothing, I need y'all by February 15th to be on a date with a new man, because there's absolutely no excuse, period.
What's up, YouTube? My Get Fit fam in the building. It's your boy Allende back with another video. Now, a subscriber hit me up and was like, yo, what do you think I should do on Valentine's Day? Is it a good idea to take my girl out? Wow. So I thought, you know what? That's really hard to say, man, because I don't know the situation, what's going on. And then I thought about it. I said, no, it's actually much easier to answer this question. And a lot of guys are probably wondering what to do this year for Valentine's Day if they got a chick they're dealing with. Maybe it's been a while, maybe it hasn't. And I could see how it's like one of those questions, because nowadays it's so easy to be classified as a simp. It's like doing anything nice for a girl nowadays. You're a straight up simp, which is crazy, guys. Crazy, course correct, right? So where do we start? From the tippity top. Now, if you're asking this question, I'm thinking one of two things is going on, if not both. And one of those things might be that you actually want to go do something for Valentine's Day. Maybe you're dealing with a chick that you like. She's interesting at this point. She's, you're having a good time with her. So you're kind of like, man, I would want to do something. And the other thing could be obligation. For whatever reason, you could feel obligated to do something for this chick for Valentine's. So I want to start right there first and foremost. So if you're dealing with a woman where you feel obligated to do anything for her, regardless of what that anything is and to what degree, this should already be a woman that shares your worldview. So I'm going to just throw that out there, because maybe it sounds complex, but it's actually really simple. Maybe it sounds like, man, I don't know. Yeah, so what? I talk to a girl and she doesn't share my worldview. That's okay. She don't got to share my worldview. Okay. I'll put it to you like this. If you are fulfilling any obligations to a woman that does not share your worldview, you are setting yourself up for disaster. Not trying to jinx you, just saying. So rule of thumb, if you are in any way feeling obligated to do something for a chick, or you actually are doing something, fulfilling obligations, whatever, just make sure that you already situated her worldview and made sure that it matched up and aligned with yours. You guys got to have some type of understanding of, at least the reality of your relationship and what you got going on. All right. So the next thing is I'm going to try to separate this like two different type of guys. So let's say you're dealing with the chick and it's nothing serious. You don't love this chick or anything like that. It's not really a big deal. You don't want her to get the wrong idea. No, you're not in love with her, so you can't be possibly celebrating love with her, because of course Valentine's Day should not be any worship of the woman whatsoever. But I'm going to get to that. So let's say that, it's nothing too serious or whatever, but you're dealing with this chick and you want to continue dealing with her. Okay. This is what I would recommend. You don't want to straight ignore the day. If it means something to her, that would be inconsiderate. What if a day meant something to you and she wasn't too crazy about it, but whatever. What I would do is find a homie that's in a similar situation with a chick he got a dealing with, and he's like, I don't even know where to categorize her, where to box her up at, what to label her, but damn, she acting like she want to do something for Valentine's, or I don't want to offend her and not do something with her for Valentine's, or whatever. Find that dude that's in that similar boat and go ahead and double date it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Plan something that's real simple that you can control, an environment that you can control, whether it's going to play pool, playing cards, something where the group, can engage equally and have a good time, and kind of take the attention off of it's supposed to be this overly lovey-dovey day and all this other kind of stuff. So what I just gave you was just like top tier game. Some people will see it and be like, oh shit, that makes sense. Some people are like, I don't get it. But basically, you're spending time on Valentine's Day. You're giving her just enough of what she needs or wants or whatever. It's you're making it socially acceptable for her because come on, you got to give her something to work with. If you just straight talk to the hand, then she's gonna look crazy to her friends, and that's gonna be agonizing for a woman. So the same way that a woman's behavior can bring status to a man, the way she acts and behaves and showcases him, in public, definitely goes a long ways to how people perceive him and the status they give him. Well, guys, I need you to keep in mind that women are human beings too. They also have an ego too, and they also have a social, system or structure or circle or whatever that they gotta get approval from, so to speak. Things gotta look a certain way. Now, you can argue these things all day, dog. I get them. I'm aware of them. That's the whole point. Is I'm telling guys to strategize around these things rather than be like, oh, that's one-sided or that's a double standard or you see that's that female nature. It's like, bro, none of that matters. What matters is you getting the results you want. So if her friends are going to be, hating and saying whatever, you got to give her something to work with. So anyway, so if it's not that serious, I recommend the double date. Find another dude who's in a similar situation. Now you can introduce the girls to each other. Y'all could do something fun or whatever, but it's something that you can contain so that she gets the social approval that she needs from her outside friends or whatever. And then in this moment, you created completely different friends for this experience. So now that social square right there is what you got going on, right? Now, let's say it's a chick that you have been dealing with for some time or whatever. This is your actual girl or whatever, or you know what I'm saying? You got some kind of long-term relationship, something going on, or you do really love this girl or whatever. All of the above, any of those things will do. The point is someone that you see yourself trying to maybe build something with. And of course, if you're trying to build something with a chick, I would like to think that you're in a leadership position, you're in a leadership role, in which you should be giving her opportunities, right? So giving her opportunities to beat you at something. For example, you could go on a date with her, Dave and Buster's or something, and keep playing the games until you find one that she's better at than you, and then let her win it. What she's better at. It's not you didn't let her win; she beat you. The point is, you create an opportunity for her to beat you at something, so that y'all could both agree that she is objectively better than you at some things. Now, this is important, guys. Like, what is Ayanda even talking about? Shh. Shut up and listen. Take notes if you need to. What's happening right now is you're satisfying her ego, right? This is all in the atmosphere already, guys. Women competing with man, women looking at you as their enemy. If you're trying to be in a relationship with a chick, you do not want her looking at you as her enemy. And you do not want her feeling like she's inferior to you. You want her to feel like she's complimenting you. And that means you probably got to make her feel like you're complimenting her too. Okay? So again, give opportunity for her to beat you at something and just accept, hey man, she's one thing, I just can't beat her at those things, man. She's nice. My girl's nice. My girl's nasty with it. But the point is you beat her in all the things that are important. You lead her in all the things that are important. But in the things that she's good at or better than you at, it needs to be things that aren't really that big of a deal. And you can let her have that. Okay? It's very important, guys. You got to get it somewhere. The next thing is you give her an opportunity to be better than average women, than most women. So if you're dealing with a chick long-term in any sense, you got to give her opportunities to do better than the average girl would and pride herself in that. So you can be like, yeah, you see these other chicks out here, man? Man, my girl is on something. She's on a whole nother level, bro, because my girl, she do this with this. This is how she handles that situation. These other girls out here, they don't even do it like that. So give her some of those opportunities, right? Orchestrate that. Decide what that is and control the narrative and the frame in a way where she's enjoying doing that thing for you that you value, so as to say she's better than other women. She can pride herself in that. And this is very good if you want to be with her for a longer period of time and you're trying to mold her. Now, to the point of this video, which is what do you do with her on Valentine's Day if you're in that situation? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. So one of the ways that you're subtly molding her is, say, a Valentine's. She wants to do something for Valentine's. What you do is you say, yo, babes, we're doing something for Valentine's Day, and this is what it is. And you decide and figure out what that's going to be. But here's the catch. Here's the kicker. Here's the thing. This is what you do. This is where the power comes from. You make it something that's going to be a tradition. So you guys are going to do it this year and next year and the year after and as long as you stay together. So what you just effectively did is you made Valentine's yours. You made it whatever the hell you decide it is. I don't care what you decide to do with her for Valentine's, but that's a tradition now between just y'all two. So you actually beat it. Because think about it. The social narrative is you're supposed to go out there and spend a bunch of money and do all of this outlandish stuff and all this competitive stuff and all this showboating and, open worship, right? And then at the end of the day, why are you doing all this? Because you love her and you're celebrating your love. So this is how you flip it. You celebrate anything that's annual with your woman with some type of tradition that you decided and you came up with. Whatever that may be. If you go to church every Easter Sunday, whatever. The examples don't matter, guys. I think you get the point of what I'm trying to make. I don't care what it is you decide to do with her on that holiday or that day of the year. You make it something that you do every year. That way you own it. Every year you know exactly what to expect, what to plan for, what to anticipate. And it's your plan. She's following your lead. And she's getting all the maximum of the results she's supposed to get, which is that you are bonded together, you're in love, and you're celebrating your love. What better way to celebrate your love than creating a tradition? All right, guys. So anyhow, if anything, what I want you to take from that is actually the entire mindset of it. If you want to deal with chicks nowadays, yes, I know relationships is super hard and all this kind of stuff, but I'm finna give y'all some more game than the other dudes ain't giving you. They're giving you this rigid, hardcore, keep your chick in line game. Listen, that sounds fantastic. Sounds great. I'm telling you right now, it does. The problem is it doesn't have longevity. It doesn't last, right? And it builds resentment and it creates or continues he versus she dynamic, which is trash in a relationship. Because the whole point of any relationship is that you need to feel some type of camaraderie, some kind of your teammates, right? You have a mutual gain and a mutual goal, and goals that aren't necessarily the same, but you have the goal of helping the other person with whatever their side missions are. Also, look at it as side missions. Okay, look at it like that. If you want a squad, your girl's gonna have some side missions. And it's like, yo, you got to have your girls back and help her with the shit. The point is you plan everything. When everything is planned and structured, you're good, guys. Whether it's short term or long term, let me give you some more fucking free game. Women love plan. You see how women are like, why don't you plan, make dates? Y'all guys are making that way more complicated than it needs to be. Let me give you an example, the simplest form of it. You first see the girl, right? You first meeting her or whatever. In your head, you need to already start deciding what you want from her and start planning and plotting out how you're going to get it. You want her phone number? Start plotting it. I'm dead ass serious. And you had a plan. Now you go execute. You get her name, age, number, whatever. You say, all right, I'm going to hit you up, set up a date with you or whatever. Now, you do not hit that chick up just to small talk, bro. Absolutely not. You don't hit her up to get to know her. What are you going to do? Get to know her to get to know her? Exactly. It sounds ridiculous. So the next time you hit her up, you need to already have a plan. I want to see you on this day. I want to take you here. And hey, what's your curfew? What time you got to be home? Oh, why am I asking? No, I'm just saying because after we do this one thing, I'm going to want to do this other thing with you. I'm going to want to do something else with you. What other thing? Well, I guess you'll find out, won't you? The point is you're in control. You're making some type of plan. Even trying to beat. Some dudes think it's going to offend her if you're too direct or you're coming out trying to beat. Depends on how you are direct about it. You can be direct by saying it, which is probably going to be jarring and make you sound entitled. Or are you saying it in sense and in terms of a plan? Like you're saying, hey, so, I was thinking Tuesdays half price movies. We could do movie night. That would be fun. I'd like to do movie night. And, I was wondering, what time would you want to go? What showing? Oh, yeah, so it starts at about 9:30, be over right before 12, okay. So you got a curfew or something? What are you talking about? Oh, no, because, I was just thinking afterwards, we probably finally get to spend some more time and talk. We're not going to get to talk much once the movie starts, so just, want to make sure we had plenty of ample time after the movie. So you're already telling her, I plan to be with you past midnight. You didn't say I want to clap your cheeks, but you damn sure said that you plan to be in a scenario where that would be facilitated. And then you can further, insinuate and whatever. The point is a chick will respect that more than a dude that's acting like, no, I wasn't trying to get you back to my place after the movie. I would never. Because here's the thing. You put yourself in weird territory if you take that stance. Because then it's like, so hold on. You're not trying to be? You don't want to... You know what I'm saying? So now you got to go with no, I'm not trying to be, I'm just trying to get to know you. Or you got to eventually, it's goofy now. All of it's goofy now. You see what I mean? So it's better to just have a plan in everything you do that involves a chick, and you let her say yes or no. That's my plan. You with it or not? You riding with me or what? What's going on? That's what I'm doing. We out here. We going. We on it. That's it. And I promise you guys, start approaching your interactions with women like that, whether it's the very beginning or you've been in a relationship with her. Everything you got to act like you got a plan. It's exhausting, but everything you say to her, say it. You got to already have a plan when you say it, bro. Think about it first and then be like, this is what I want to do. This is what we should do. And let her say yes or no to it. And I promise you, she's going to respond better. So it's the same exact thing with Valentine's. If you want to take a chick out or do whatever for Valentine's, it got to be just what I said. If you want what you want to do, that's how you need to reframe it, restructure it, and create the narrative of this is what I want to do for Valentine's. All right, whether it's a chick you're not really on it with her like that, or that's your chick for real. But what you don't do is let the society run the narrative for you. That's what you're trying to evolve. And I gave you a couple of ways and examples to do that, to execute that. You got to make it your idea, your plan, and move the goalposts, you know what I'm saying, to what you say it is and what y'all are trying to accomplish. All right. Yeah, but all the buying the flowers and the teddy bear, all that other kind of stuff, bro. Hey, you throw that in there as you see fit. I don't think it's necessary, and I think it's playing too close to someone else's traditions, not your own. All right? Take charge of your shit. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, and we out. Oh, there we go. And we out. Valentine's
Shout out Authentic Alphas. Like and subscribe.
For the boys, leave a like and leave a comment on Authentic Alphas. Hit that bell. Hit that bell.